Hello sellers. As Amazon sellers, we're no strangers to fees, and back in April, Amazon rolled out low inventory level fee for FBA sellers based on your historic days of supply. After some initial backlash and feedback from sellers, Amazon has continued to update the policy of its low inventory leveled fees and has made the following changes starting from mid-May 2024. Low inventory level fees will not apply to products that have sold less than 20 units in the past 7 days. You will be back credited due to fees incurred because of excessive inbound and processing fees caused by Amazon or Amazon managed services. This will be credited back to you on the 15th of the following month. Even though they have not taken away these fees, Amazon is listening to us and is still willing to make changes. But this doesn't change the fact that many sellers will be affected by these fees. So how do you deal with them? Let's get to business. First of all, we've added historic days supply in your active listing tab so you can see which listings are above, at, or below that 28 historic days supply threshold. In BQool, we only show one number. The higher of the long or short term, since only one needs to be above 28 days. If you see a number that is below 28, then that means that both your long and short term historic days supply are below 28. If you want to see a breakdown of either of these, you can go to Seller Central and hover over details in this column. If we think about the reasoning behind this fee, Amazon wants sellers to make sure they're maintaining inventory over a specific threshold to make sure there are no gaps in the inventory at their FBA warehouses, so they either put the burden on you with another fee or make you subscribe to another service, which is the Amazon Warehousing and Distribution, AWD, to avoid these low inventory level fees. So how do you deal with these low inventory level fees? Of course, with historic days supply conditioning repricing, that's how. If you go to BQool and go to repricing rules, then go to add a new rule and go to conditional repricing tab, you will see a new historic days supply conditions. Remember, this is different from regular days of supply because it is the average units on hand divided by the average daily shipped units, not an estimation of how many days supply you have left before you sell out of your remaining inventory. The main idea to avoid this fee completely is to maintain enough inventory so that you can stay above the 28 historic days supply. If you're finding that difficult to manage due to the competition or the specific listings, here are 3 of our suggestions for CR rules that you can set to help you deal with these low inventory level fees. First of all, you can raise the price of your product to cover the fee. If you checked Amazon Seller Central, you can check the amount you'll be charged for each sale depending on size and shipping weight, and how many days below that 28 historic day supply you are. You can set your CR rule to raise your price plus a specific amount according to the days, starting from 32 cents and going up to $1.11 depending on how close to 0 historic days supply you are. What we suggest is that for each of the grouping, you can set your price to be your min price plus the low inventory level fee, and then make sure you're still making a bit on each. You could add a couple of cents to this and make sure you're more than just barely breaking even. This should allow you to continue to sell while also covering the fee that you would have for each unit sold. A downside of this is that you might be selling wholesale or replens model where you don't have a very high profit, but you can still sell a lot of units, so raising your price might make you uncompetitive or cause you to lose profits. We suggest using this strategy after carefully calculating your costs and making sure you won't be way in the negative. Second, if you see your numbers are approaching the 28 historic days supply and you wish to stay on the listings and it might be taking a bit longer to restock, you can raise your prices to attempt to slow the sales velocity, removing you from the competition, but staying on a listing so you won't completely lose out by going out of stock. And in the meantime, you can ship more units into Amazon. In this case, you would set your CR rule to raise the prices earlier when they are above and as they are possibly approaching the 28 days. So it would slow down average daily units sold and would attempt to equal out your historic days supply so that it stays above 28, effectively allowing you to avoid the low inventory level fees. You could do this by our first suggestion of doing your price plus an amount to put you above the competition. You could also set it to raise your ROI to a higher amount and pull your price up more than you normally would set it, or you could have it to default to your max price as well. Remember that you will not be charged with a low inventory level fee. if you have not sold more than 20 units in the last 7 days. Last, you could choose to totally liquidate your inventory if you find it too difficult to maintain your inventory above the 28 historic days supply and you don't want to subscribe to Amazon's AWD service or be charged those additional fees. To do this, we suggest that you can set your listings to have the most sales-focused rules as it approaches and goes below the 28 historic days supply, starting with AI Win Sales Booster and slowly lowering your ROI. And then as you approach no inventory, you could increase to AI Win Sales Maximizer and potentially lower your ROI more. There is a chance that you might still incur some low inventory level fees as your inventory on demand continues to go down without restocking. But this will be more limited as you exit the listings. You won't need to continually deal with them. Let's review a bit. So the main issue of this fee is maintaining your historic day supply above 28, so you won't have extra fees, which could be done by keeping a close handle on your inventory and not going below the threshold set by Amazon. If you're able to do that, our first suggestion would be that you can raise your prices to cover the fees that you would be charged for each unit sold to help offset the cost and not go too much under and potentially lose profit. Depending on the type of listings you have, as well as your product selection, one of our other suggestions from earlier might work better for you, or you might even come up with your own specific conditional repricing rule. We hope that this video was useful for you and helped you understand more, and as long as you know what your requirements are, how you wish to manage your listings, and understand what low inventory level fees and historic days supply are, you can create the best rule for you. I hope that this guide was useful for you with the suggestions on how to deal with low inventory level fees and historic days supply. If you would like to watch our video with all of our new features that were included in the same update, you can check out this video here. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube and podcast channels for more updates and useful content. Thanks, and the best of luck on your Amazon selling journey.